come from, and that's where we're going to force a guy to take a bad shot on us as well. Right? Okay, ready? Go. Let's go. Keep going.
Get the small guys over here, big guys over there. Small guys over here, big guys over there. Small guys over there.
Yeah? All right, so how good does it feel to be back in the area where you got your last title?
It's kind of cool. I mean, I've only been here one other time, and that was coming in and doing, well, maybe twice, but it's always coming in doing a clinic or something. And this is a very special place to me, obviously, and it means a lot to be back here.
What kinds of memories in particular does being back here bring back?
Well, it was just this is my final NCAA tournament, and where I guess I won my last college match, and it was it was a long time ago now, but it was a lot of fun, and it just means a lot.
So what would you say is more difficult, being undefeated in Division I or running your own wrestling program in college?
Well, that's a good question. They're just completely different, you know. It's when you're trying to do your own career, it's you're just focused on yourself, and you're wrestling and competing for your team, but the best thing you can do for your team is take care of yourself and score as many points as you can individually. Coaching a team, you're not running on your own, you know, you're trying to bring a team of guys together, all with different ideas and personalities and histories, and it's definitely more of a challenge.
How much talent, do you see here in this area in wrestling?
Well, New York always has just a ton of talent. That's one of the states when I took the job at Penn State, I said we want to recruit Pennsylvania, New York, and New Jersey, and Ohio and those surrounding states, and that's what we're going to try to do. And that's what we're doing. We're up here kind of scouting and watching, and we're always recruiting.
Does it seem like it was that long ago? Does it seem like it was a long time ago, or does it seem like it was just yesterday that you were there? Well, now the Times Union Center with Pepsi Arena.
It seems like a lifetime ago, really. I mean, it was just a lot's happened since then. Even moving on to international wrestling, and then getting into coaching, and then a coaching change. It seems, now you have kids. It just seems like a different lifetime almost, really.
When you look back at it now, what's kind of the first thing that kind of pops into your head when you're thinking when you look back at it?
I think the older I get, I think the more I appreciate it. When I was going through school, I was just trying to win my next match, and I was just having a lot of fun. And now that I'm actually in the coaching side of it, I think that you kind of really get a grasp of. It was a neat thing, and you just appreciate it more when you're trying to help other kids. I mean, after somebody sets the bar, I remember growing up, I didn't really even think about wanting to be a four-time national champion, and then Pat Smith from Oklahoma State was a four-time national champion. Now everyone wanted to be a four-time national champion. Now, since I went undefeated through college, now everyone wants to go undefeated, and it's just kind of like, we were recruiting kids that want to do that. I mean, you're not going to go undefeated if that's your focus. I mean, you got to focus on scoring points and winning. But it's just, it's neat to look back, I guess. The older you get, the better you were, right? That's the old saying.
Yeah.
Something like that.
No, a lot of these kids seem like they're pretty excited to see you here. Is it strange to you that you're kind of like a role model to all these younger wrestlers, or is it something you kind of grown to kind of accept since you went undefeated?
Well, I think, the more distant your career, my competitive career becomes, the less of a big deal it is, and that's just life, and it's not that big. It doesn't really matter to me. But it's fun when you have kids that are motivated and want to get better, and that they come out on a Monday afternoon in October, to do some wrestling. And anytime you have kids that want to learn, it's a great opportunity. It's a lot of fun.
How long are you up here for?
We'll be here for a couple hours, and we're going to head right back. So,
really? That's it.
Spend a lot of time in the car today, but it's worth it.
What do you hope these kids take out of you being here today?
I just want to just fire them up a little bit about the sport and just encourage them, help them technically a little bit. But they have great coaches in the area, and Frank Popolizio is a big, the reason, why we're coming up here, and some of the recruits that he has in his program, and they have great coaches. So it's just more of just kind of just a little, try to give them a little spark.
Yeah. And you hope to be a positive influence on them today. Who were some of the bigger influences on you when you were coming up?
Well, I was lucky to have a couple older brothers that I was following in their footsteps, and they were having a lot of success. And my dad was my coach, so I didn't have to look too far, for that motivation. And I grew up in Utah, where we didn't have a lot of college wrestling, or so we weren't too close to the the college stars or the international stars. So it was a little different, but really just my family, I guess. So not too exciting of an answer, but I was a big fan of John Smith growing up too. But John Smith and my own brothers.